Business of Makeup community. How are we doing? Well, things have been very busy over here. I have been spending a lot of time with the students who recently enrolled in the Business of Makeup Bridal. We are wrapping up module 2 today. So module 2 is actually a doozy. It's a big one. We talk about how to close the deal with brides, bridal trials, what needs to happen at the trial to book them. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Crystal, don't you have a big announcement today? I saw that on your Instagram. We go through pricing. We go through, I'm sorry, we don't go through pricing. That's tomorrow. We go through contracts. I meant to say policies. And it's just a huge module. And part of the course, the students that got bonuses, we did a live coaching call, and I walked them through exactly what I say in my bridal inquiry call. Basically, when somebody inquires, what exactly do you say? How do you relay your value in the call? How do you relay what you do without sounding conceited? How do you ask leading questions to understand what your bride wants so that you can make sure you hammer home why you're special and why you're unique? And we went through tons and tons of stuff. But I think the biggest takeaway that we had from today's live coaching call is two things. Let's start with wasn't the one that I was going to start with, but let's start with this. The biggest issue that people find is what happens when you have an inquiry call and you are just like, I hate this person, or this is not my ideal client. How do you handle that? How do you handle that without looking like a jerk? How do you handle that without there being like a negative experience for both of you? And so one of the things that we discussed was, in your initial call, I walked them through the building blocks of the call. And part of the building blocks is that there is a very specific order in which you discuss things. And one of the things that I encourage you to do is to ask those leading questions on the front end of the call, so you know exactly what they're looking for, exactly what they want, what their concerns are. And you can usually pick out from that grouping of concerns or wishes or needs something that's just not aligned with what you do. And one key phrase that I wanted to relay was, you can always just say, like, you may, for example, maybe the bride is like, wants this over the top glam look, and maybe on your Instagram or on your website, you have an over the top glam look, but you really don't want to work with this bride, but you really don't want to look like a jerk either. So one of the things that you could say is, I know you mentioned that you want, a super glam look. I'm sure it'll be beautiful on you. That's just not really something that I am doing on a go forward basis. And so there's actually a really great artist in the area that's her specialty. I would love to offer her information to you. And that is just like a very nice way of like getting out of the situation. If you have realized, like, this is not my bride, I don't like her, she's gonna be terrible or not terrible. I mean, obviously you don't want to refer a terrible person to somebody but you just sometimes know, like, this is not your client. So that was one of the things that I wanted to relay. The other thing that I wanted to relay to you guys was something I just mentioned slightly, which is the leading questions. Now, leading questions are super duper important when you are working with a bride especially in your initial call, as well as in your trial. But a leading question is not only asking them questions so that you can gather the data points that you need, but also asking the right questions to then get them thinking of things that they haven't really considered. And the sheer process of you asking them questions that they haven't considered innately puts you as an expert of knowing what happens in a wedding, if that makes sense. Just by asking the question, it shows that you know what happens and what goes down, and they don't, therefore making you like their life raft of success for their wedding. And the longer the conversation goes along, the more likely your bride will become obsessed with you and want to work with you because you have all the answers that she needs. And price goes off the table, and it is more about the connection and the information exchange that you're having. So I just wanted to drop those little nuggets of information to you guys. Hopefully that is helpful. I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. I'm so excited to be working with the students next week, starting into Module 3. We're halfway through the course, which means the business of makeup will be launching soon. So for those of you who don't know, I have 2 courses, the business of makeup bridal and the business of makeup. And we are in the midst of business of makeup bridal. Enrollment is already closed. Sorry, you missed the boat. But the business of makeup, which is geared towards not only bridal people, but predominantly towards people who are doing production, private clients, have a studio, things of that nature. So I'm super, super pumped for that. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.